Damn, Adam.
91, right?
Adam got that snow on IR. Poor guy. Your screen's so blurry sometimes I couldn't tell which sister that was for a second.
91, 91, 91.
There's a lot of
Like
91.
your
Every player that
youngest.
were 19 in junior had to switch to, like, a lot of them had to switch to 91.
Oh, really?
Stamkos is the big one.
Oh, he was
Tavares as well,
19. He
actually.
switched to 91.
Tavares was 19. Then he
Huh?
became 91.
Evan, by the way, your video quality is absolute ass.
This is the computer that I have, so
It goes good, or no, it goes to okay to good. I know, okay to bad to okay.
This is like,
Now it's bad.
this is unusable if it stays like this. Just saying.
well, if I go on my phone, it's gonna take me 4 hours for it to upload.
Because not only can I barely see your face and it's all just pixels,
Omar,
but it's
people
also,
don't watch
it's
your
also,
podcast, and they're not posted all the time, so it doesn't even matter.
it's also freezing every like 5 seconds. Like you're freezing, you're just frozen.
It's not freezing for me.
I'm just not moving.
Yeah, like he stops moving every 5 seconds and like his screen freezes. Like it just froze there for a second.
Here,
No, that's weird because, like, for me, it's
It's
not.
okay. I can do it in post because I can download it as higher quality and see if it fixes something on your screen on your behalf.
I mean, even if it's shit quality, just make it look like he's in a prison cell. I don't care. Although he still had 4% uploaded, which is kind of funny.
wait, actually,
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. You're still at 4%.
Poor guy, but
All right.
maybe it's just your
Anyway,
Wi-Fi.
now you're at 2% uploaded. Why are you at 2% now?
to be fair, my computer right now is working so hard, it is loud.
Is this the MacBook or
Yeah.
okay? Anyway, it's fine. Just started 91.
91? Who the hell
Yeah,
is
91.
91 on the cents?
Why sends, bro? I'll
should
give
go,
you a
JT,
challenge. Pick
man.
someone on Arizona that was 91, like the old teams. Every brain cell is being used in his head right now.
Don't think of someone. He has these numbers up in his body somewhere always.
Yeah. Oh, you searched someone.
Ah, you're searching. I thought you were the encyclopedia.
Ah.
Evan's the encyclopedia of hockey numbers. I'm the encyclopedia of handedness. Omar's the encyclopedia of not caring about the Leafs during the regular season.
January.
No, not during the regular season. During the first few
The
months of the regular season.
encyclopedia of Matt Fratton.
Yeah.
What number was he? Like 38 or something?
He was decent. He was 30 something. I don't know if you remember. It could be
It was,
38.
weird. It was like a goalie number, bro.
Yeah, his number was weird. He was, he wasn't half bad as like, a third liner.
There's always those players that you had for like 3-4 years that just never had careers after they left your team, where they were like serviceable.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Unfortunate Diehards podcast. Hashtag number 91. Vladimir Tarasenko. Wow.
That was a good one.
Senators.
Basic.
That is basic though. You should have
Welcome
went John
back to the
Tavares.
podcast, everyone. My name is Evan. I'm an Ottawa Senators fan.
I'm Omar and I'm the Leafs fan.
The Leafs fan, yes.
I always like saying
I'm
the
the-
Leafs.
I'm the Caps fan.
And your name is?
I might be the only Caps fan in the UK right now. So
Well,
that does that.
you very well could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
And this is my
special
wife.
guest.
Are we okay there?
Bye. Let's all do a wife reveal. That was mine. Omar?
My wife is currently not revealable.
Okay. Sufi?
My wife has not been revealed to the world.
Take it away, Sufi.
So we're going to try to keep this format for the entire season. We're actually filming only a week and a half since our last filming, which is crazy. claps in the
We
chat, please. We're gonna try to film every Saturday, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if Homer finally starts caring about the regular season if we do that. Let's go for our standouts first. We're gonna start in the Pacific Division and go through the other divisions. We're not just a Pacific Division podcast. I don't know if that was assumed or not, but clearly it was. My standout in the Pacific Division is Leo Carlson. 2 goals, 5 assists, 3 games. Young Anaheim Ducks team not playing as bad as they were, for the last like 5 years. They got to around 500 last year. They're kind of around the same right now. And Leo Carlson is their first line center of the future, and he's looking like a stud right now. So, 3 goals or 2 goals and 5 assists in the last week. All of our standouts are for the last week. Omer,
All right, we're doing Pacific first, eh?
that is what I just said. Yes.
Yes. My standout will be the never aging Corey Perry.
Oh, yeah.
He's had a bit of a strong week for the LA Kings. He's gonna be strong until the Stanley Cup final and then lose. He had I think 4 goals last week, 3 to 4 goals last week. I think 5-ish points. So yeah, he's still producing, still pretty impressive that he's effective every year. So yeah, I'm gonna go Corey Perry.
Should I give Corey Perry stats over the last week?
4-2.
There you go, in 4 games.
4-2. Okay, so 6 points. Okay, yeah.
Evan?
I'm going to go with low-hanging fruit and say Kiefer Sherwood. Thought he had back-to-back hat tricks, did not. One was taken away. So still 5 goals, 11 on 11 shots. Sort of looked like 6 goals on 11 shots, which is crazy. 18 hits, just running around out there, scoring goals, hitting everything. That's some fun hockey.
There's always that one random player that scores a lot in the start of the season. This year it is him. Central Division. Omer, you want to go first for that?
My central pick is Marcus Johansson for the Minnesota Wild. I think in his last week he also has about 4 goals and 5 points or so. He's kind of heated up. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but it was good enough for me to pick him up in fantasy for this week. So there you go.
4 goals and an assist in 4 games.
Yeah.
3 power play points. Yeah, Minnesota's power play is insane, so
Yeah.
makes sense. Evan?
I'm going to go with Cale Makar. He has a goal and 7 assists with 4 power play points in the past week, and with 7 blocks as well. So not just dominating offensively, as the Colorado Avalanche have done recently, but also contributing defensively as well.
Nice. I'm going to go with another Colorado Avalanche, another star player, Victor Olofsson. He had 3 goals and 3 assists in 4 games last week. He's on their third line, but he's on the first power play, which has kind of been the story of his career. So, but he's producing.
Yep, big PP guy.
Big PP guy. Evan, who's your Metro pick?
Ovechkin. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to go with Trevor Zegras. Trevor Zegras, in the past week, has had 4 goals and 3 assists. What a leg. Kind of started off a little slow. Just a couple assists before, and then has really popped off over the past week.
I'm gonna go with someone I think who also started off a little bit slow and has kind of, been on the score sheet a bunch in the last week is Brian Rust of the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think he also has about 5 points or so in the last week, a few goals. So that Pittsburgh team is that Pittsburgh team. But
Rust has 4 goals and 3 assists in 4 games.
Yeah, 7 points. Yeah. So I think he's obviously Brian Rust is not going to keep up that pace, but he's generally a producer and he'll continue to produce, and he's had a strong week.
Okay. I have to change my pick real quick.
Oh, you had Zegras?
Of course I did. Evan knows that too. He knows my
I did
affection
pick Werenski.
for Zegras
Why do you have an affection for Zegras?
because he's on my fantasy team.
I
Okay.
was on Sufi's
Oh yeah,
team.
I traded him to you last year. I remember that.
The heck?
Goodbye.
Okay.
Come say bye.
Why don't you just pick a Caps player?
Come say bye.
Bro, we've lost like a million games in a row. Why would I pick a Caps player?
Sufi's
Uh, bye.
later. No cats, please.
Bye.
There we go.
The most random player. You'd be like, I'm picking Nick
No,
DeLore.
I'm picking a Cap. I'm picking Logan Thompson. He has a 153 GAA 927 save percentage in the last week. On the season, he has a 151 935. So he's just been hot to start the season. Been hot since last year.
Must have not been in for that Sens game.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't him playing because we got shelled. I'm not going to go over Lindgren's stats in the last week, but that was the only game he played. So the number is 7. Yeah, Logan Thompson's been unreal. He's been by far the best Canadian goalie, which is going to be part of the storylines when we talk about later. I will go for my Atlantic pick, which is Alex DeBrincat. Detroit's off to a hot start this year. He has 4 goals and 3 assists in the last 4 games. Known goal scorer, produced last year pretty well, and he's back at it this year. Homer?
I'm gonna give the Leafs a little bit of love and give Max Domi my standout for the last week because oh my gosh, he actually scored more than 1 goal. So he deserves it.
It's a low threshold. 2 goals, 1 assist in 3 games.
I know, right?
I guess that's a standout week for Max Domi.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's a standout. That's a standout.
Which player are you
here for
going
Max.
for, Evan?
Oh, orange.
Mouth guard.
He's gonna go Stoops
It's
like
Nick
last week.
Patterson. 9, 4 goals, 5 assists in the last week. What a legend. And we saw some of his goals live, right?
Yeah, we did. Yes,
Against
he
Boston.
scored 2 or something when he went, right?
Which game did you guys go to?
We went to the Boston Ottawa game without you.
Good game to go to.
What you call it? I would like to give a shout out. None of us said him, but I think he deserves it for the Pacific. Connor Bedard.
For the Pacific?
Sorry, Central. Connor Bedard. He's having
We
a
will-
great season.
It's going to be part of my storylines. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So speaking about that, we're just going to go through some main storylines about each of the divisions. We're going to start in the Pacific. But the Pacific, we're going to take a bit of a different route here. We're going to talk about a Central and a Pacific player, the aforementioned Connor Bedard and Macklin Celebrini. 2 extremely good young talents. And on the season right now, Connor Bedard has 6 goals and 8 assists, 14 points in 11 games. Macklin Celebrini has 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points in 11 games. So the big question right now is, do you see either of these guys making Team Canada for the Olympics? 1, both, none. Omer?
Okay, there's 2 ways to answer this question. One way is no, because that yes or no changes based on which outlook you want to look at it from. One outlook is from the perspective of skill and ability and the type of season someone is having, and the other aspect is from the GM seat when they make their decision, what they look for. So like that, there's always seemingly a gap between those 2 frames of mind. So you have the fans and people thinking a certain way based on seasons, and then you have people who actually build the team thinking a completely different way and picking players you think, whoa, what, like, why would you pass over this guy for this guy? So if they continue into November, into December, having seasons like this right now, um, like Connor Bedard at the worst should be on the team. In my opinion, if he's having a season like this, is he going to be on the team?
So
Uh,
I don't know. I do agree with you. I think they always take like the more utility players, like Sam Bennett last year, right? But I do think that they're gonna essentially pick between who's having a better season between Bennett and Wilson. Right now, it is very much Wilson, but we'll see what they maybe if they, you know, just go back to what happened last year and try to build the same thing. But then there's always like the 13th forward that's like skilled that in case there's an injury in the top nine or someone in the top nine isn't playing well that they can substitute in. I think that's where Celebrini and Bedard have a chance, especially if they continue playing like this. Because I think one of Wilson and Bennett makes it regardless. And then there's another spot open in the 13th forward. And also someone like Konechny made it last year as well. And I don't really see that happening this year either. So they could
I think there's also the a legitimate argument to be made on why someone like Celebrini maybe shouldn't make it. Um, just because we see young guys like we saw like Jack Hughes on the U.S. team last year, like amazing season. He has amazing seasons in the league, but he didn't look like Jack Hughes in the Four Nations, right? He didn't look like that Jack Hughes. He looked like he was struggling a bit. Like he didn't seem the dominant offensive power that he has. So like I think Celebrini in only in his second season, playing international hockey like best versus best is a different beast. So
because you're, but that you, it's literally the same for Bedard, bro. He has one more season on Celebrini. It's not.
he does, but he's like Bedard's kind of been
But
in a different
Celebrini's
situation.
played better in his first however many games than Bedard has.
Yeah, but like I'm not saying that like Bedard is also going to go and like dominate in the Olympics, but I'm just saying that because Bedard has that 1 year more experience, because Bedard just I think Bedard potentially still probably has a worse team right now that he's kind of leading than because Salvini still does have a couple of guys who are more at his like Eklund is really good and stuff like that. Like so, and I don't think Bedard has anyone close, and he's kind of leading them the way they're doing. Like it's pretty much
Bro,
mostly him right
Frank Nazar disagrees. Andre Burakovsky disagrees. I don't know if you saw that goal through the legs.
Oh no, I didn't see that goal. But
He shot it
anyway,
through his legs, and then he shot it through the defenseman's legs at the same time on Connor Hellebuck.
oh damn, I gotta watch that. Okay,
It was a pass by
yeah.
Bedard, but yeah.
So yeah, I will say both should have a chance. But
But you think Bedard has a higher chance?
I just think I'm not saying that Bedard should make it over Celebrini or that Celebrini shouldn't make it because he's younger than Bedard by 1 year or something. I'm just saying that like if I'm thinking about the way they're going to build the team, I might feel like oh they'll pass on Celebrini because he's still more fresh. But Bedard maybe has that 1 more year that they might consider. I don't know, but like both of them with the way they're playing deserve at least to be considered.
Evan?
I think if Canada's healthy, um, I can see them both not making it. Um, not meaning they shouldn't. Like I think both of them are good enough to make an Olympic team. However, if or what I would assume a GM would do for Team Canada, is they're going to pick someone like Nick Suzuki, someone like Mark Scheifele, someone like even Tom Wilson over these guys, even Hagel, like guys who will have like similar points to them or maybe slightly less, but have experience winning, whether that's a Stanley Cup internationally before at, I'm going to say an adult level, because World Juniors is different.
Yeah.
Because it's great if Bedard and Celebrini have 40 points by January or in December or something crazy like that, but they're on still objectively bad teams, and haven't proven in the NHL, um, other than being dominant offensively. So to have certain players who've done it for longer or who have won playoff rounds, Stanley Cups, and also bring different intangibles. Like even before you brought up Tom Wilson, I was like, I would love to have Tom Wilson, whether he plays every game or not. I don't care, but just to have that guy that like, if you're on the American team, yeah, you have the Kachucks. So like, as Canada, I feel like we're not super heavy, other than maybe like Pareko or something. So having someone who can kind of help dictate the game in that side, if that's the way that the Americans decide to play their game, we have probably the biggest, scariest guy on our team as well. So it's I don't see them making it. I wouldn't be surprised, and that's why I said like health could play a factor. So Mark Stone's hurt forever,
Yeah.
or if who knows, like Sam Reinhart breaks his leg, something like that opens up a top 6 spot. If they're having a really good season, maybe that's something they try put them with Crosby, and then have them on more of a responsible line already.
I also think Bennett's going to make the team.
I don't know. I think it's between Bennett and Wilson. And
I think they're gonna go Bennett just based off formations and based off his playoff stuff.
yeah, but I think right now they can't really ignore how
Maybe
bad
like a
Bennett is.
Suzuki, Wilson, and Chiarelli or something.
Or Hagel.
Yeah.
I do think it's going to be so from last year. We're going to move on from this quickly because like a lot of Canada talk, but between Konechny, Hagel, Suzuki, and Scheifele, I think 2 of those guys make it. Last year, Konechny and Hagel were on the team. I think Suzuki and Scheifele could easily steal one of those spots, and I think it comes down to Bennett and Wilson. And I don't know how they're going to assess it, if they're literally just going to go off last year for Bennett. Right now, he's like 2 or 3 points right now, where Wilson is playing really, really good, and he played good last year as well. Probably should have made it regardless, but it is what it is. But I think there's a lot of roster moves on the outside of it that could definitely be determined. That's why I think Celebrini Bedard could be picked up as like an extra forward. All right, moving on. Let's go to.
You think Cole Caulfield has a shot on the States?
The way he's playing right now, it's very hard to keep him off, especially with they had some like U.S. was good in the 4 nations, but they had at times struggled scoring, and all Caulfield has been doing this year is score. Plus, last year near the like in the second half, he was going absolutely nuts. So clearly, if he plays with one of those high skill forwards that they already have, I think Caulfield has like a really good shot at making it, especially because they do have those the players with the other skill sets. Like they already have the Kachucks and JT Miller, etc. So if they could definitely use a player like Caulfield strictly to just
can't pick him and DeBrincat though.
DeBrincat, neither of them made it last year though. That's what I'm saying. I think they can. So it's like someone like Trocheck wasn't really useful to the U.S. team last year. So I think they could trade him out for one of the scoring forwards. Like Jason Robertson didn't even make the team last year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like scoring forwards that could potentially make it on U.S. this year, because I highly doubt they're going to go with the exact same philosophy they did last year.
I'm quite
to identify
worried.
as Canadian. Thoughts?
What?
I said we should convince Jake Sanderson to identify as Canadian. Thoughts?
Honestly, at this point, we should convince Joey to court to identify.
No, goalie, right, Sufi?
Well, we're going to talk about that when we get to the Metro.
Yeah. As we get closer to the Olympics, we'll talk about it more, I'm sure. But like,
I do have one more Olympic discussion, but that's when we get to the Metro. And
I'm quite go to Milan.
Is very much a possibility. The actual getting to Milan is fine. The tickets for Olympic Games is not.
Okay, let's get into our teams.
Like a random like curling.
Bro, we have a structure for this. We're starting with Pacific.
Oh my god! Sorry, I'm asking questions that aren't.
Not you. I'm talking to Omer, bro.
I want to get into our team talk. It's fun.
Yes, we do. You not remember what happened last time we did this? It went well.
I don't remember.
All right. We're gonna quickly brush past this. The Vancouver Canucks have been playing pretty good, but they have a crazy amount of injuries. Hughes, Besser, Garland, Forbert, Mancini, Lecker-Maki, Bluger, Hoglander, and Hedel. It's a lot of their top 9, aside from Pedersen. Garland might be back tonight, but they could definitely use the help. They've actually been playing pretty well. Sherwood has been shooting the lights out right now. But yeah, I think some of those players will come back soon. And then I did want to touch on the Seattle Kraken have been off to a very good start. We classified them as one of the mid teams, I think, pretty much in their entire existence. But they are currently 5-2-3, which for them is a good start. They have some. They've been scoring a decent amount, but their goaltending has been really good and their defense has been really good. So I'm curious to see if that's the same going forward. Uh, in the Central Division, we're going to move on to the Central Division now. Strictly contract talk in this division. I'm going to touch on Utah, absolutely playing insane right now, one of the best teams in the league. That's the one thing I was right about going into the season. I was like, Utah is going to be a little bit different early in the season still, but their top six looks absolutely insane. We'll stay with that team. Logan Cooley got 8 years, $10.5 million. Marty Necas in Colorado got 8 years, $11.5 million. Thomas Harley in Dallas got 8 years, 10.587. 3 contracts, 3 players that are similar in age, similar in star power, to be honest. But I think this is kind of the way contracts are going to look going forward. Like these players, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, were probably going to get like 8.5, 8. But the market was kind of broken after
How
Kaprizov.
are the Colorado Avalanche paying Martin Necas 11.5 and didn't want to pay Rantanen 12.5? That to me is freaking crazy.
So it wasn't just Colorado that was the issue in that. It was also Rantanen, because Rantanen.
Figure it out.
I don't disagree with that, but it was kind of interesting because like he was very hard pressed on earning extra 500,000, and they were very hard pressed on not giving him an extra 500,000. Neither wanted to budge. You could have just met in the middle, but I don't know.
So they wanted to give him 11.5.
They wanted to give him 12. He wanted 12.5.
You want 12.5? Oh,
Like, how stupid is that?
that's ridiculous.
To be fair,
I would
Necas
pay. If I was the Colorado Avalanche, I would trade Necas to the Stars and pay them $1 million every year as a thank you.
To be fair, Necas has been playing incredibly well with McKinnon. Like the production has basically been the same.
Omar.
The production has been very much been the same. And I don't know. Players of Rantanen's archetype don't really age well, so we'll see how these contracts look in like 4 or 5 years. But yeah, any thoughts on the contracts aside from the disdain of Colorado? Logan Cooley's been absolutely insane this year. I think he played himself into that contract.
No, yeah, I don't know if Utah is this good or if they're gonna.
I
If
think
they're
they
having a
are,
hard start,
bro. Like
they're gonna taper off a bit.
on paper, it was just like, yes, they're young. I don't think Nick Schmaltz is going to be like 100-point player like he's on pace
Yeah.
right now. But even if he goes down to like 60 points, I think that like Cooley, Schmaltz, or no, Cooley, Gunther, Keller are all players that are like highly, highly skilled and can actually score the amount of points that they're actually getting right now. And their defense is good, man.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Utah.
I don't know. I've watched a couple of their games because they've been pretty exciting and they're a fun team to watch, man.
Yeah, I would think they're a fun team to watch. I would think they have some exciting players. So I think definitely they're on the upswing, and I think
Yeah.
they're definitely playing good hockey right now.
They're like
It's
a
hard to tell.
cusp playoff team that could like make the
Yeah,
playoffs,
that makes sense.
right?
Yeah.
And then I think this bodes well for their future, is what I'm saying. Like I think this team is going to
No,
be
that's
force.
that I agree with. Yeah, I agree with 100%. I'm just if I'm talking in perspective of this season, I don't know if they're gonna hold a divisional spot in this season.
Maybe not. I think they could squeeze
Yeah.
into the 3. I think the Central is pretty open, to be honest. With the Thomas Harley contract, I think that's more. He took the opportunity when Heiskanen got hurt and just became a number 1 defenseman. Like he has been one of the best defensemen in the league since Heiskanen got hurt last year, and then Heiskanen came back, but he didn't really give up that spot. Like he's still playing PP1. He's still
Yeah.
playing pretty much the most minutes on that team.
I thought that was
So-
so much money for Hurley.
But 8 years and 10.5 is a good contract for a number 1 defenseman.
Well,
I think it's a good
they have
contract,
two
especially
number
for someone
one
with-
defensemen.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. The fact that Harley took over when Hastening got hurt, and then when Hastening came back, Harley didn't lose a spot. Harley's playing just as much any minutes, and he's also on the first power play. Like he hasn't really lost any of the
Is Thomas Harley
status that he had.
the second best defenseman?
I don't even think he is the second best defenseman. The way they're playing, like the way they're playing right now. Who else is on that team? McCarr, first up.
Morrissey, Devon Taves, others.
The fact that I can't think of anyone other than Harley, I would say yeah. And that's kind of crazy because like when Hastening got hurt, it was very big for Dallas, but they didn't really lose a step because Harley kind of just came in, filled the role, and was insane. So maybe the money is like a little bit more than you would hope, but I think he kind of took the opportunity and just played to that level that Haskinen was playing at. So he kind of just earned the 10.5 mil, and I think he'll be able to continue going forward, to be honest.
I mean, in comparison to like the money, Darnell Nurse is making or whatever, like you can't argue against Harley at 10, I feel.
In the grand scheme of things, it's going to end up being like the way they show contract projections and stuff like that. Like that's going to be like 8.5 mil in 2 years.
Yeah.
And
right?
in 3 years, you're going to look at Jake Sanderson at 8 and be like, what a steal.
I don't disagree with that too, actually. All right, moving on to the Metro. I'm going to start, like, we'd have to talk about our teams when we get to our division. I'm talking about the Caps. The team play in the Sens game was quite possibly the worst Caps game I've seen in years. The Sens played good. They played very good. But we also played extremely bad. Like, it was a combination of those two things that went into that score. We got outshot like 45 to like 11 or some shit like that. And which is interesting because the rest of the season has been a complete change in our philosophy where we're trying to get more shot attempts, and it's worked, as in our shot attempts are 20 more than they were last year on average. And yet in that Sens game, we had 11. 11 shots.
Crazy. After that Sens game, the Washington Capitals still had the least goals against in the NHL, and they just allowed us 7 goals. Isn't that crazy?
Yes. But that's what I'm saying. Like the Sens, I'm not discounting the Sens playing that game, but that was also like the most off night I've ever seen in my entire life from a Caps team. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up. That actually helped my point. But yeah, and also
I hate the Caps as much as the next guy.
All right. The big thing I want to talk about with them, because I'm not overly concerned about their play because they've been playing really well. It's a lot of posts and getting goalied by goalies that have been playing like terrible the entire year. It just is what it is. We'll figure it out. We have 2 major injuries now. Strome, I think, is coming back today. PLD got hurt last night. There's no status on whether he's coming back or not. But if Strome comes back tonight, that concern gets a little bit less because we have enough players to move up. Logan Thompson has been absolutely insane this year, and he is trying to prove how petty the Vegas management is, because if he continues this level of play, or at least anything near this level of play, like right now he has a 151 GA 935 save percentage. I don't think that's going to last until December, but even if that's like a 2-3 920 and he doesn't make the Team Canada Olympic roster, when 3 goalies from last year have like a combined 860 save percentage right now, and over the last 3 years Logan Thompson's had much better stats than those 3 guys, I don't know what to say, because I don't really know what the problem was with the Vegas management and Logan Thompson, but clearly that same problem hasn't happened in Washington. So I don't know. What do you guys think about the goalie situation in Canada? Should Logan Thompson make Team Canada as a goalie based off the last couple of years?
I think that Utah activates Carey Price. No, San Jose activates Carey Price off of LTIR, and they go on a run.
Omer, what do you think?
See, this is like
The answer is yes. Like
Stats wise,
generally, yes.
again, it's the same thing as the Bedard situation. Bedard still really questioned like stats wise,
No,
yes.
I don't think it
Like,
is. I
That's not
think
even close to the
I
same
think
situation.
Logan
He's not.
Thompson
no, no,
make
it's not the same situation. I'm not
even
saying
if
it's the
he
same
for some reason
situation.
doesn't start, he should be on the team. Period.
Oh no, he should 100%. He should be, I'm talking about like again, what are the managers going to pick? They don't seem to pick what we think is obvious ever.
Yeah,
So okay,
like
yes,
it makes no
let's all
sense.
three of us say he should be on the team in any capacity, whether he's a starter, backup, or third strings guy on the bench.
Or
Like
January Leafs knowledge is showing.
Like the three goalies on the team right now, Aiden Hill is hurt, so I'll give him that. But before that, he was playing really bad. Binnington and Montembeau are like on the verge of losing their starting jobs. Like their backups are
yeah,
playing them quite a bit. Like Dobesh in Montreal is basically taking over the starter job because he's starting every game pretty much. Where Binnington and Hofer, like the contrast in their play has been pretty big as well. They might both aren't don't have great numbers, but Hofer's been playing better.
Enter
Uh,
Darcy Kemper and Joey Decord, hopefully.
that was the other point. Darcy Kemper's been playing bad, so like you're running out of options here. If you're gonna be that
Is
petty,
there a chance we can convince Decord to play for Canada?
I think they were
I
trying to
think
figure it out. I don't know what the
How I
situation.
feel
can
like
imagine they don't. There's like a mystery player they haven't announced, and then just first game you see Joey Decord walk out.
Didn't Decord play for the U.S. in the World Championships
I think so.
like this year?
what you call it? Did last year was Binnington and who again in Four Nations for Canada? Binnington and
Bennington, Hill, and Montembeau.
yeah, I mean Thompson needs to be in there at least ahead of Montembeau.
Bro, he's the best goalie of the three. Like
I mean he is, but yeah, they're gonna
we're gonna have a
the
backup playing starter for us.
like I think Hill makes it again in some capacity.
Hill is injured, so I give him a pass. It's just
Yeah,
I don't know.
so I think Hill will make it, and I think um, Binnington is depending on if he improves. They might be like, oh look what he did last year in the Four Nations. We should have him.
Bennington gets to an 890 save percentage, he's gonna make the team. Um, anyways, I get hot about that topic because
You know what? I feel like Thompson will probably make it then if he's this much better right now. He like
bro,
he
he was
has
that much better. He was literally that much better last year.
okay.
Like
That's again that's what I mean.
exactly,
Then,
exactly the same.
yeah. So
Like, Thompson had like a 203 GA or something like that when he
yeah,
was picked, and all the other guys had like a near three, and he still
yeah.
wasn't. Anyway, we're gonna move off for this. Um, how do we feel about the Jacob Markstrom contract? I know I've been wanting to speak on that 2 times 6
I just
Sure,
thought we should bring it up. That's all.
starter locked up, and they I mean they have two very old goalies for a little while, but
I don't mind the term. 2 years is fine.
I don't think you can give him more term.
Yeah, and I don't mind the. I mean, 2 years at six. Sure, give it a shot. I mean, what? It's not that big a deal.
How's he playing this year?
Not good.
Oh God.
I think lots of goalies are playing bad this year so far, except Logan Thompson.
Except well, okay. To be fair, he's played 4 games. First game 5 goals. Second game 3 goals. The next game 1 goal, but I think he got injured in the middle of that game. And then the last game he let up 8 against Colorado. So that's why he has a 513, 830 right now. But uh, we'll hope they get better. He gets better. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter for the Devils right now because they're still 8-3-0, even with their goalie
What an
situation. So
electric Dawson Mercer pick by me, guys, huh?
yeah, he's been insane. Um, also, we can touch on Philly for a little bit. They are currently holding down the first wild card, 6-3-1. They have a 30 goals for. They only have 24 goals against. The only goalie that's been competing with Thompson in terms of stats this year is Dan Vladar. I don't know if you guys have seen his stats this year.
I have not.
Okay. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, he has a 167 GA, 937 or 939 save percentage.
Whoa.
I mean, they've only given up 24 goals, so that makes sense. But we'll see if that continues. I don't know. They have a lot of interesting players on their team, a lot of like high octane offensive players, just not much of defense happening. So I'm kind of curious to. Which is crazy considering what happened last year with Torch.
Sometimes teams get a lot better when Torch moves away from them.
Sometimes is an understatement. Yeah. Ever since he won that cup in Tampa, it's been downhill for his
2004.
career.
I mean,
Yeah,
to be fair, he had that couple of good season in Columbus. I think he did a good job with the Blue Jackets, actually.
I don't think the Blue Jackets players feel the same way.
No, I mean, they won't like him, but they had a couple of good playoff appearances under him, right? Or one good playoff appearance under him.
They beat Tampa that one time. They beat Toronto in the COVID year. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah. Although I don't know if that's that much of an accomplishment, but
That the COVID year one doesn't, but like I mean, they swept Tampa
Tampa,
in like
yeah, that
yeah.
was insane. Okay, let's move on to. Should we talk about Ottawa or Toronto first? You know what? Because Evan knows what he's talking about, we'll get the Leafs out of the way.
We want me to say about the Leafs.
You want me to go over their stats this year, just for vibes?
Now let's go to the stats.
So the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm going to do it anyway. The Toronto Maple Leafs are last in the Eastern Conference. They are 5-5-1, 38 goals for, 42 goals against. They're last in the Eastern Conference, and they're 1 point out of a playoff spot. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's the entire Eastern Conference right now. You look down at all of the teams; it's like 1 point apart. Whatchamacallit. So the Leafs are an interesting one.
Well, wait, can I just say something first? I totally forgot about this team in the Metro. Pittsburgh is basically off to the same start as last year. They're 8-2-2. There was one interesting article that I saw on Sportsnet talking about Evgeny Malkin, and basically, like a majority of people don't think Pittsburgh is going to keep this up. They had a similar start last year, fell off. The team isn't great. Is Evgeny Malkin going to be this year's Brad Marchand? I'm not saying they're similar styles of players.
I saw
I'm
that.
saying they're both old. They were both at the end of their contracts, and they have playoff experience. Do you think Evgeny Malkin has a shot of getting traded to a contending team? The situation is pretty similar because Marchand was a lifer, Boston. No one really thought he was going to get traded. Malkin, to even more of an extent, is the same. Lifer Penguin. No one really sees him in another jersey. Do you guys think that could happen? Malkin to, I don't know, a team that needs a center. Insert team here.
Yeah,
That
I
is
think
part
so.
of the discussion, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Pittsburgh, or at least like Dubas, is at the stage with Malkin and Crosby right now where he's gonna be like, if you want to go, I'll trade you. If you want to retire a Penguin, I'll let you retire a Penguin. I feel like that's where they are right now. So I think the ball's in his court. If he's like, let me just trade me somewhere that I can potentially make a run again, then he'll trade him. But yeah,
The thing is, the best fit right now is kind of another Metro team. I'm not saying Washington, don't worry. That'd be hilarious. Ovechkin and Malkin ride off into the sunset. Because that's not going to be our equipment coach or something, though. He can't play hockey anymore. He literally got kicked. Bro, he got kicked off his KHL team, bro, this year. I think he'd be a good fit in Carolina. They don't really have a 2C.
sure. Although Carolina struggles with playoff scoring, and they
Struggles with playoff scoring. What is
like
Malkin? That's literally Malkin's only job.
no, but Malkin doesn't score anymore.
What is Malkin? Bro, Malkin's on fire right now.
Okay, right now, okay, he wasn't on fire. You guys are the ones who said he was on fire last year at the same time too, and then he tapered off.
He has 17 points in like 11 games or something. No,
Okay, and that's gonna continue.
No. Okay, even if he's a 60-point player, Carolina doesn't. Carolina's second line center is like Kotkaniemi or something right now, bro.
Sure.
Yes. So I'm saying like in terms of teams that need a 2C who can't score in the playoffs, Malkin at least gives you a better option,
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
right? And he because like even another team that could use him is like Winnipeg. Do I think Malkin's going to approve a trade to Winnipeg? I don't think so, but he would be highly useful in Winnipeg. Malkin and Taves on the same team would just be really weird, especially because like it's not either of their. Yeah,
Do you do you think Malkin's just like content? He doesn't really care.
I think he could be in that boat. Um,
Like not in terms of he doesn't care if he gets traded or not. I just mean he doesn't care. Like he's like, you know what? I won 3 cups. I'm happy in Pittsburgh. I only have a year or two left max. I'm like, I don't care.
yeah, yeah, but that's the
Yeah.
thing, right? What kind of players can you get with picks that are so far away and that you don't have any prospects? Like going all in would be like trading for. Do they have Kevin Hayes right now, or is he on a different team? Because that'd be the kind of trade that they make. I think he's on LTIR. I don't know. Wherever he is, that's the kind of player I'm talking about. Like it's gonna be like Charlie Coyle or something like that. Like that's the kind of push that I'm talking about.
The thing with because like it's very easy. Like we know that Crosby wants to come out and win every year. Like he's going after it always. Like no
Mhm.
matter how old he is, as long as he's playing, he's out there to win. I don't know what the vibe is on Malkin. Like is Malkin just like in that same boat, but it's less seen like in your face, kind of that like he wants to win and wants to keep going, or is he just like, man, like I'm just chilling. I'm making money. I'm just finishing off my career, playing on a team that's not expected to do anything. So I'm just going to the rink and having fun, and I'll retire in a year or two, and then I'm good. And I won my 3 cups and whatnot. Like I'm not trying to play some intense, crazy hockey in the playoffs right now again or something. Is he in that boat?
I think it's hard to say, man. Malkin is so like just not because Crosby is so popularized and like all of his intangibles are popularized. Malkin kind of faded a bit into the shadows while
Yeah.
still being one of the best players in the league for however long. Um, so his like competitive spirit, I have no idea.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, of course he has competitive spirit, but like,
He just seems like
you
so
know,
goofy.
yeah, right. It's like it's the same vibe I get with Ovi, honestly, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But Ovi, you can see like in the playoffs and stuff, like or even late in the season, he like turns up the intensity and he decides to back check here and there. Malkin has even in the playoffs, he doesn't really do that. So
although he showed his intensity when he had that little fight on the bench with Phil Kessel in that Ottawa series. It's like, okay, so he does care a little bit. He's pissed
he's
off.
still a hockey player, right? So all right, let's move on. Finish talking about the Leafs.
Oh, the Leafs. Okay, yeah. My Leafs. So, the Leafs start, as Sufi will disagree, is the same as it usually is. However, this is what I'll say. A few things are happening, which is very typical again of the Leafs to start a season. One is very sloppy defensive play. Um, they are terrible right now at defending the rush in particular, like horrendous. Um, and players like Max Domi don't help. Like Max Domi last week against the
Standout
Flames,
Max Domi, right?
my standout Max, exactly. My standout Max Domi against the Flames last week. By the way, who has like that 3 points in 3 or 4 games, whatever it's been,
3 games.
whatever the stat was. Those 3 points came in. I think. I mean, two of those points came against the Flames. At least I don't know if he also had one more against the Flames, but he had 2 goals against the Flames. So despite having 2 goals against the Flames, either he ended at 0 or a -1. I think. Maybe a +1. Anyway, he was on for at least one or two of the Flames goals, and he always looks really bad in any defensive situation. Like he's at a point where like it seems like he's unplayable in the defensive zone. You can't put him out in a defensive zone face off. Hell no. and if the play goes back, it's better that he just comes off their play down for like 10 seconds until a change happens, and then the other guy comes in defense. It's like at that point with Max Domi. The other thing is with the Leafs, they've actually not played terrible hockey in some of these games that they've lost. They've had good possession play. They've looked like they've been the better team for a lot of chunks of the game, and they've played decently. I think against teams like Calgary, for example, they pulled out the win in overtime, but or sorry, in the end of the at the end of the game. But like I think Stolarz has struggled a bit in the last week and a half or so. He's not, and on top of that, or Primo's been has 2 or 3 starts himself. So obviously, without Wool as your secondary starter, Primo a very fresh goalie. It's not the same goaltending you're getting back there. So I think they're out shooting teams at times and whatnot, and some things are going in that maybe shouldn't. Um, and there's some good things. Matthew Nyes is playing well. I think Tavares has been playing well. Woolie's been looking good as well. He missed 1 or 2 games, but he's apart from that been looking good. Matthews is the interesting one as usual right now since last year because it's like goals aren't going in as we're accustomed to them going in. With Matthews, it's not even that goals aren't going in; it's that he's not taking his shot. Like Matthews has a signature shot, and Matthews doesn't seem to take that shot. And that's what's like. It's not Matthews throughout his whole career. Like he's a goal scorer. He's always had streaks of where things aren't going in. But in those streaks where things aren't going in, Matthews always still shoots the puck,
He looks
and
the same.
he looks the same. But the thing with in the last year and a half or so, he has been shooting the puck. So I don't know why he's not shooting the puck as much, and I don't know why it's that like that part of his game why that's changed so much. Like I get that in the last 2 years, 3 years, whatever it's been, he's been really, especially since Berube came in, he's really tried to pick up on this the defensive side of the game. I get it, but he's not like a 2 or 3 defensive C. Like he's a friggin' $13 million superstar goal scorer. Like, yeah, it's great that you can play good defensive hockey and that helps. But like you got to score, and
So
he's not
there
shooting.
was a guy on Twitter that was like, someone needs to tell Matthews to take more offensive chances and stop being a defensive center because he's not Barkov.
Yeah, it's not like right on actually, because like um that's the thing. That's a big thing I'm noticing with him because he doesn't. Everyone's like, why does he look like he doesn't look like Matthews? He doesn't look, and I'm not even talking about that he only has 3 goals, 4 goals, whatever it is. I'm talking about the fact that he doesn't look like Matthews. He doesn't look like when he has an open shot, it's going to the net, or not even open shot when he has the puck.
He has
Yeah.
5.
Um.
One sec.
So yeah, I think Matthews isn't looking like Matthews. That being said, no, I'm not. I don't. I know. I'm sure Leafs fans are um, in their little zones of like, oh my god, this team, and now Marner's gone and whatnot. Uh, I'm not in that zone just because I don't think that the first 10 games is that telling of anything personally. But I do know that Sufi hardly disagrees with that mindset.
Well, no,
So
I just think it's a completely different team. That's the only thing I would have agreed with you last year. Matthews, the big thing right now is wait, he has 1 goal at 5-on-5 this year.
yeah,
Evan, let's move on to the Sens. I do want to give an outlook here. So they're 6-5-1, 45 goals for, 47 against. I think there's a very clear thing there. For me, they've looked very different in their wins and losses. Like sometimes you're like, the losses still look good, but it's been very clear that like when they win, they're like dominant. When they lose, they're eh. What do you see? Also, they've won 4 of their last 5. Note on that. Yeah.
against Boston.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's good to see that they're I- improving before Kachuk gets back. I think that was important. Like when he gets back, at least they can already be in the swing of things. Um, was there anything else I wanted to talk about in the Atlantic? Oh yeah, this is just like a quick note. We don't really talk about like heartwarming stories on this podcast all that often. I mean, last week we talked about Carter Hart, so there was none of that. Um, and especially with this player, Brad Marchand, I feel like everything we talk about him is either playoff performance or just a very negative context of him being who he is on the ice. But just wanted to make a note of this. Brad Marchand took some time away from the team. He stepped away to help his friend whose daughter died of cancer. He served as a guest coach on Wednesday night for uh, an under 18 game in Halifax, which I thought was pretty cool of him to do. You don't really see that often in the NHL. Players taking away time to not do like to do things for uh, friends. I feel like family you see a lot, obviously, like if something happens in the family and whatnot. But uh, that was a pretty kind gesture of him to take some time away for that.